Recording in progress. Right. Good morning or afternoon or evening or whatever it may be. On what we were talking about a minute ago. Right. So let's start off here for a second. Just get yourself loose and just stand and loose out for a second. And I'll just finish start and finish my little rant here. There's a woman making dinner for the husband and she cuts the ends off the ham, right? When she's roasting it. And the husband turns around and is like, why'd you cut the ends off the ham? She says, that's how you always do it that way. She's like, yeah, but why do you do it like? He says, I'll ask the mother, So she rings the mother, why do you cut the ends off the ham? She says, that's how you do it, like, that's how you always do it. She says, so you make them. They're like, well, why? So we'll ring Granny and we'll find out. So they ring Granny, and why'd you cut the ends off the ham when you cooked the ham? She said, when you were little, we only had a tiny little oven. So we cut the ends off the ham to fit it in the oven to cook it, okay? To me, that's tradition. That's where traditions are, right? So we have all these traditions. Why do you do that? That's stupid. That doesn't make any sense at all to do it that way. Oh, because that's the way we've always done it. Fuck that. Okay? If you don't know the reason why you're doing something, throw it away. All right? Because you'll find out that there's so much better ways of doing it. When I opened my eyes up to that, I took all the traditions out of our martial arts training and the same with the fitness. I got rid of all of it. And then I only put back in the stuff that I understand completely what it's there for. Okay? So everything that we do, there is a purpose, there is a reason. And if you're not sure, you can always ask, okay, in fitness and in martial arts. All I would say is ask after, because sometimes I'll have to say, no, I'll explain that after. Okay, so that was my sort of key thought for today. Why are you doing X, Y, Z? If you don't know why, maybe ask, maybe check. Think about it. Is there a better way? If there was a fucking quicker way to get you fit and healthy and learn your martial arts, then why are we doing it this way? Let's just do it the quicker, more sensible way, right? Right, so from there, just standing up straight, lift your chin up, shoulders just rolling down and back. We're going to close our eyes, big deep breath in through your nose. Inhale the light and out through the mouth. Exhale the shite, okay? So whatever stuff is bothering us outside, we're just going to blow it away now. So inhale, the good vibes, man. And then exhale, throw away the rubbish. Breathing in. And out. Lovely. From there, we'll open our eyes up. We're going to look left and right, start loosening up our neck. Now we're going to look up and down. We're going to roll. And roll to the sides. Good stuff. Okay, so that's my neck check. So I'm going to go into my arms, and my arms forwards. And my arms back. I'll make an open and close. So from there now, I'm breathing in. Speed back out. And so my wrist circles. And changing direction. Interlocking my fingers, rolling one way and rolling back the other way. Gripping and ripping. Okay, we're going to go into the spine now. So I'm going to inhale, looking up, hands are going back, and hips are going forwards. Exhale, front, middle, back. Like we turn a little bit. So inhale coming up. Exhale down, front, middle, back, in and up. Up and down. In and up. Down and down. And again, use this as a breath exercise as well. The more you can empty your lungs, get all the crap that's in the bottom of them out, the more clear our thinking becomes. Because there's more oxygen to our little brains. Okay, from here now, left side and right side. So I'm turning my palm, so palm up, thumb to the front, try and reach the bar wall. The other hand is trying to reach the ankle, and the hips are being pushed in the opposite direction this hand, okay? So the longer I can make the line from the tip of my finger to the outside edge of this foot, the longer that line is, the better the stretch, because that's what the stretch is, okay? From there then, turn and looking behind me. If you can do the exercise, go for it. Further you can turn here, the better. And hands on your hips, hip circles. And then change the direction. Keep together, knee circles. Change the direction. Okay, standing on my left foot. With my right foot, I go toes down, toes back, foot back. Repeat that 3 times. Roll it one way, roll it the other way. And then the other foot, toes down, toes back, foot back. Repeat 3 times. Roll it one way and roll it the other way. Lovely. From here, then, we're going to do for a Fit for Life today, we're going to be doing sort of basic kind of karate exercises, more or less. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to slide my right foot back a little bit, slight bend in my front foot, my left foot. I'm going to lift my knee up this position, okay? So this is our kind of, if I lift my head up, this is my kind of base position. So what I want to do from here is just extending my leg forward. Now, it can go down quite low, low is fine, and then back, okay? Down, and back, down, and back. Now I'm going to bring it behind me, I'm going to look over my shoulder, bringing my heel back, bringing it back, and bring it back. Okay, switching over to the other leg now. My right foot's in front, slight bend in my right knee. My left knee is going to come up. I'm just resting around here so it's almost horizontal. Extending the leg and back, extend the leg and back, extend the leg and back, and then back behind me. Heel back, back, and back. Okay, switching legs again. So what we're going to do now, I'm just going to try and go just a little bit higher. I don't want you to go up here and wobble, right? I want you just to go a little bit higher to where you're comfortable. And if that's knee high, then that's fantastic. If that's waist high, amazing. If that's head high, heck yeah. I hate people that are not really. Okay, from here, knee up, extend and back, extend and back, extend and back. I'll give you another little tip. Imagine you're holding on to something here. And you grab onto like a pole or something. Right? Okay, and then going back behind, out, and back. Yeah, I looked. Yeah, so because I looked at you and you looked at me, we both wobble. Okay, and back, and then change. So if you can look at something that's not moving, you get it better. I think that's one of the reasons why I keep fucking looking down. And looking down isn't going to help me either. So extending it out, and back, out, and back, and back, and then back behind me. Out, and back, out, and back, and back. So you'll find that doing that quick is actually, it's quite easy to be imbalanced when you do it quick. But when you do it slow, your balance is all over. It's because we're paying more attention to it. So when we look at fall prevention, the first thing there is really balance, which is what we've just worked on. The second thing then is the muscular strength and the bone strength. So you reduce the risk of injuries, you reduce the risk of the bones getting damaged when you fall. And the third thing is then the actual act of falling itself. How do we make contact with the ground? So any percussion is negative, has negative implications, okay? There might be a case where I don't have any choice, but two bang will cover that in time. But for now, what I want you guys to do is to squat down as low as you possibly can. Put your hands on your shoulders. Look forward. Now make sure there's nothing behind you now. Don't be too close to a wall or anything like that. You're going to put your bum on the floor and you're going to roll to your shoulders, but you're not going to let your head touch the floor. So bum on the floor, roll to your shoulders, but don't let your head touch the floor. Okay? From here now, I'm going to get back up. And the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to put my right foot flat, and I'm going to put my left hand on the floor. So in this position here, right foot flat, left hand on the floor. Okay? I'm going to lift my hip up, and I'm going to slide this foot back here. And then I'm going to come to standing here. All right. Now, in Japanese jiu-jitsu, you go onto the knee. Why? Because they would have blades. They'd be able to draw from there. They can fight from one knee. In Brazilian jiu-jitsu, they put the foot straight on the floor. I'm sticking to the foot to the floor because I don't trust my knee right now. So if you want to go to your knee and then lunge to stand, absolutely fine. If you want to go to the foot and stand from there, absolutely fine. So we're going to repeat the whole thing now. So I'm going to squat down low. Hands on my shoulders, tuck my chin to my chest, bum on the floor, roll back. Then I'm going to roll my foot to the floor, opposite hand to the floor, lift the hips up, slide the foot back, and stand up square. Okay? We'll repeat it again. So squat down, hands to shoulders, chin forward, roll back, roll up on the foot, roll the hand up. Okay, so keep going through that process at a comfortable pace where you don't feel rushed. You squat, roll the shoulders, chin, chest, roll back, onto your foot, onto your hands, hip up, foot up, stand up. Okay, so if you want to go a little bit faster, that's absolutely fine. Okay, as long as you're following the process correctly, the speed just comes from repetition. New uniform for pain in the arse. So speed just comes from repetitions. Don't worry about speed. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Don't worry about speed. Speed just comes from repetitions. Okay. All right. Now, for jiu-jitsu people, we'll do a slap on the floor, but we don't need that right now. So you guys can just keep going. So what we're going to look at now is exactly the same idea. How do we fall over safely? But now we're going to fall to the side. So I'm going to squat down. Okay. I'm going to put my hands on the floor here, and I need to slide this foot out. Now, what's just occurred to me is that there's a couple of people going to find that kind of uncomfortable. So what we'll actually do is we'll actually start seated. Okay, so if I try and get back to you, you guys will be all right there. So from here, all I want you to do is to roll along the ground so that the ground goes from your butt up to your shoulder, but you're not going out on your elbow or your hand, which instinct sometimes tells us, oh, if I catch myself, then I'll be okay. The thing is, if I do that at slow speed, that's absolutely fine. But if I do that at standing at high speed, that is a serious injury waiting to happen. So my hands are going to go on my shoulders. I'm just going to roll from my bum to my shoulder. Then I'm going to go the other side, roll from my bum to my shoulder. So I'm just rolling back, sitting up, rolling back, sitting up. Okay, hands on the shoulders, roll to the side, sit up, roll to the side, sit up. Okay, so now exactly the same idea. This time when my shoulder touches the ground, I'm going to let my hand come out. Now I don't want to have it up here by my shoulder. I want to have my hand down here by my hip. So as I roll down, when my shoulder touches the floor, I'm going to put my hand down. When my shoulder touches the floor, I'm going to put my hand down. So I roll to the side, back up, roll to the side, and back up. Okay? So we have the key ideas now, which is, first thing is your bum wants to go on the ground. Second thing is you want to roll into the ground. And the idea with the hand here is simply to dissipate the force. It's just to have the biggest sort of surface area on ground contacts that we can have. All right? Because if you think about it, if you want to really put pressure on something, you want to pinpoint, right? If you get all my weight on the stiletto standing on you, it's going to pierce. But if you put all my weight on the board and then put it on top of you, you'd be okay. Make sense? Yeah. So, right? Surface area. The bigger the surface area, the less force per square inch. And you can just dissipate it out that way. So what we're going to do now, guys, we're going to get up to standing. Okay? We're going to put our hands on our shoulders. And we're going to go down at a speed that you're comfortable with. Now, when I fall, I don't want to fall over. Okay? That's an injury waiting to happen. I want to fall down. Okay? Because that's really soft. So if you can go straight down, there's much less time with speed. Okay? Or sorry, much less time to fall. So it's a much lower speed. So you're going to get much less risk of injury. So as soon as you feel your balance go, we just keep our hands here for a second. As soon as you feel your balance go, let your knees go. And now you're only falling a couple of inches. Make sense? All right, so whatever speed you're comfortable squatting down, bum to the floor, roll back, and then get yourself back into standing. Okay, so just go straight back. Go for it, you guys. Go for it. You're right. That's it, thank you. Come on, hold on. You'll be okay. Squat down real low. That's it. Let your bum touch the floor, and then roll it back to the shoulder. So the key point is don't let the head touch the floor, and don't fall over, fall down. Keep going, keep going, keep going. You're going to start to go to the sides, okay? So start to shift either side. You guys keep going straight back. Just start to shift left side, right side, okay? So squat down real low. One. That's it. And roll into the ground. Lovely. That's it, okay? In doing this, then we can start to lose our fear of falling. And then keep going, keep going, keep going. And in losing our fear of falling, we lose the rigidity. We lose the rigidity, we lose the risk of injury. Right. I forgot how irritating that is. I consciously meant to change that yesterday, but I didn't. Fit for life, that's your lot. Okay. Fit to play. We're going to grab the kettlebells now. Okay. So, next point on falling, injury reduction, is that the stronger our muscles are, the more they can take. The more they can take, the less the bones have to take, the less the bones have to take, the less likelihood of long-term injury. All right, that's the logic here. You can make your bones more dense simply by resistance exercises. The more the muscles pull on the bones, the more dense the bones become. The higher the density of bone, the less likely you are to break. Older, unfortunately now, I don't care what you identify as. If you are a born female, unfortunately, the osteoporosis kicks in heavier than being born male. It's a hormone thing. Don't really have a choice about it. So as we age, our bones do become thinner, more easy to break. Okay? You can completely counteract that with resistance training. So with weight training, with strength training, you can totally reverse that. All right? You can, and similarly with muscle, the muscles waste away an awful lot. It's a very high rate, slightly higher for female, unfortunately. And you can call me sexist or whatever, that's not my intention. I just look at the fucking science. Okay? Right, so from here, usual deal. Let my hips drop back. Feel a bit of a stretch along your butt. Grab the bell, okay? Head nice and neutral. Remember, it's hips back, not down, back. So I'm trying to drive my butt into the wall here as much as I can until I feel a stretch. Grab the bell and I throw, catch, and drive, okay? So I'm catching on my inner thigh there, and I'm driving from my inner thigh. So I don't want to be using my shoulders now. My shoulders are like ropes. Okay, nice and easy. Now, I'm thinking about my posture the whole time, then I start to switch my focus from posture to breath, but still checking in on posture as I'm working along. Make sure it's butt forward, butt back, butt back, butt forward, butt back, butt forward. Okay. At the top, make sure it's chest out, that the shoulders are back behind the chest, not out here in front, back here behind. Okay, so the shoulders sitting back. All right. Now we switch to breath. Exhale at the bottom, exhale at the top. Sharp exhale through the mouth. And what about inhale? Don't fucking worry about it. You will inhale. You'll either inhale or your body will take over, knock you out, and it'll inhale for you. Start going. Now we're going to start to switch to one-handed. But I really want you to focus on your hips, guys. Really focus on the movement of your butt. It goes back, it comes forward. Back, forward. That's the right. Okay, so I'm going to pull my left hand out. Repeat it to my right hand. Now you'll notice my left hand is following. It's following the movement. I'll put my left hand back in, so both hands are in. I'll pull my right hand out. Now the changeover point for the hands is the top of the arc. There. There. Okay. Why? Because there's no weight there. At that point, the force of my upward swing meets the force of gravity on the mass of the bell, and it's a zero force. That's why I can let go. There. Okay. Be careful letting go if you have a nice floor. Break if you need to. The focus is posture more than anything else. Break if you need to. So bum goes back to the wall behind me, and then drive forwards. Okay. So now I'm on the right hand, and I'm going to go into my clean. I'm going to clean it up to my shoulder and check my position. So what I want you to do is imagine there's like a zip here, and I'm trying to bring my hand up the zip. Okay. I don't want the bell to deviate to the side because it's too much on the shoulder. I'll try and keep it as central as I can. Okay, so back into my swings, and then into my clean. Okay, so it's about the swing more than anything else. If you're not comfortable with the clean, just keep your swings.
The smaller one.
You can. You can, as long as you're getting. You don't get the sensitivity from the small one. It doesn't give you the right feel. So you keep going with it. It's a different plan I have for it though. Okay? I need a bit of weight to really get the feel for what's happening for this one. And we're going to switch to the smaller weight in just a moment. Okay, so I'm going to switch to my left hand.
I'm too tired.
Leaning with the left. That's okay.
Too much stress.
Trying to center my position here as much as I can. So really trying to center this. So trying to avoid that. Trying to get to here. Okay. So clean. Okay. The breath is exactly the same. I exhale here and I exhale at the top here. As it comes around, rather than it being this way, I want it to be this way on the outside of your arm. So, but really, it's more the hip drive than anything else, guys. Like, with appropriate hip drive, like firing the bell is easy. Okay? So it's more about the hip drive than anything else. Okay? The snatch. Some do, yeah, that's okay. Okay, lose the bell now for a second. Okay, catch your breath, chill out for a sec. Get your head right on this. It's the hip drive. Hips back, hips forward, hips back, hips forward. I can't stress that enough. It's easy to use our arm, but we're just damaging our skeleton. We're not pulling the muscles correctly. What we want to do, transfer our force from the lower body to the upper body here. So when my hips drive forward, my hand is coming back. So my action, I throw this contact on my wrist here, on my forearm, with my leg, and that drives. Okay? That force should be enough to overcome gravity to this level. Okay? So you throw the bell. Throw the bell. Throw the bell. Okay? But really focus on the hips, like so much more than everything else. The whole focus has to be the hips there. Okay, so we're going to go back to our swings again. All right, we'll leave the jerk out completely. Let's stick to this for a minute. I think it needs more work. So when you go back now, focus on that. So it's not this. Okay, it's not this way. It's this way. Hips back. When you're driving up, hips forwards. Hips back, hips forwards. Okay? The shoulder, from here, it's okay for the shoulder to be forward. But from here, the shoulder needs to sit back. So I'm there, not there, there. Okay? That gives our spine a lovely shape, which allows the correct muscle stability. So I'm going to grab my belt, drive my hips back until I feel a stretch across the butt, keeping my chin up. I'm going to throw the bell back, catch it on my inner thighs, and then drive my thighs forward. There. Okay, keep going, and then start to work on the breath. So once the hips are moving correctly, then we can start to work on the breath. But as soon as the hips stop moving correctly, you need to go back to focusing on them. So I blow out through my mouth at the bottom, out through my mouth at the top. And it's a slightly different time and pressure on the blowout. You can hear it sharp at the bottom and softer at the top. Why? Because all the force is now. That's where all the force is. This point here, there's no force. You're just changing direction. So you don't want to be inhaling under a change of direction, because it's going to push the muscles of the diaphragm down and possibly cause stitches and basically just burn your energy. So you double exhale, which feels like more work initially, but once you start to do this for quite a while, as in you keep swinging for 4 or 5 minutes, then you're going to find out that without the double exhale, you burn yourself out. Okay, your system starts to crash way sooner than otherwise. Exhale, exhale. You're going to switch to single hand. It's half the pleasure. All right. Every dainty that is being said. You're not the only one. Fucking things. You can hate them if you start to do long sets. You really start to hate the last. They do beat you up. All right, guys. Relax. That's bells for today. We're gonna fit for life. Yeah, or sorry, fit to play even. Guys, if you want to do another set, like work away. Otherwise, you're good. You're good for now, okay? See you later. Have a lovely weekend. Oh.